What's going on, everyone? Goddrifter here, and welcome back to another Christmas live stream. This time in Car X Drift Racing. Um, today's gonna be a little bit different. Reason being that even though um alright. Alright, so drifting's on, time attack is off, landing points, collision, voting, and nine ball is gonna be off because right now it's literally morning, so there's that. Um, I did my workout, had my shake, had my water with me, so I should be good around that time. Before anything else, let me just check Nightbot. Alright, yes. So today I'm actually going to tell you guys about one of the most interesting platforms that had revolutionized for the past couple of years, and it's now getting a new vehicle in 2021. Okay, so Nightbot is ready. Um, so without any further ado, let's start off with this car, the 240Z. Well, okay, let me just say this right now. The 240, 260, 280Zs came around the 1960s, and in the 1960s, all throughout the 70s, and in the late 70s to early 80s. Actually, in the late 70s, we were given the HS30, which has more luxurious parts than any other um, okay. Yeah. So, so what kind of car is the Fairlady Z or 240, 260, the Z cars from Datsun? The Z cars was a two-door, it was a two-door, it was a two-door, two-seater sports car that came around in the late 60s all the way to the late 70s. And in that time, at the same time, we were given many adaptations of the Datsun, known as known judging judging by the actual how many how many liters. The first one we received was a 240Z, then 260, then the 280. What's that called? And so far, the most famous one being the 240 and the 280. The reason the 260 wasn't as popular is because the 260Z was originally the one that came with a 2+2 model, and not to mention due to not to mention although it was although it has although it added 2 more liters, the car was a bit slower than the last generation, by being around 130 horsepower. And not to mention, due to the fact they also had a lot, also had the Merry Christmas, thank you. Oh my goodness. Alright. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Now, if you want to hear me ramble, then it's I like people is streaming I think well, a lot of people still stream CarX. It's just that right now I think either two things: either one is taking a break because it's almost Christmas, and basically family and stuff, or they're like me and just streaming right before Christmas, which, to be completely honest, I just hoping nothing bad happens in this year of Christmas, because due to everything that's happened so far, I'm just trying to see if anybody would have been safe. You want me to hear me ramble about the history behind these cars? Thank you. What's that called? If you want to hear me ramble about certain types of cars, then just stay tuned, because there's a lot more facts about these type of cars. Right now I am driving the Midnight, which is a 240Z, and right now this is my first time ever doing a redo of my very own 350Z. Now what was I? Oh yes. In terms of the 280, it sold better than the last generation. It was up to 150 miles, 150 horsepower again. And also had these heavy regulations, so everything was a-okay. But we only received the 280Z, but Japan received the 280ZX, which started the HS30 model, which was from 1970, from the late 70s all the way to the early 80s. But the sad part is, there's no 300ZX in this game, which I was kind of surprised due to the fact that it's also a rear-wheel drive car that a lot of people used to drift with, and it's a 6-cylinder. And again, can't blame them for at least trying. Now in less than 5 minutes, I'm actually gonna change cars, because that's how I usually do car extras racing. Because like I don't want to like drift the same vehicle all day, and you know, to actually keep up with the jeez. Now what I'm saying is, I don't want to like change cars so I can keep up with the cars that are literally around for the most part. But all I know is that there are 3 Z cars in this game, and the Midnight is one of them, the Pariah and the Zismo, which the Pariah and the Zismo are both modern Z cars. And I am hoping that we end up getting the new Z car in this game, because that'll be pretty cool, not gonna lie, due to the fact that that the okay. I apologize for my turbo drifting right now, but it's not that bad. I think he was trying. I think he's doing the. I think he's doing the reverse. Um. I think he's doing the reversal. Variant of this track, because, well, honestly, I can't keep up with a Corvette. Okay, not gonna lie, that's actually pretty sick. All right. I've been streaming for like 4 years and only 64 subs. I did videos too. Well, used to actually. Um, I was thinking of doing a channel update for I was like, bro, you have been streaming for like 4 years and only 61 subscribers. Yeah, kind of surprising due to the fact that there are 4 years of content, and um, you have to realize that half of those streams are from a entirely different account. Um, so that's the reason why that's the reason why I still have like most of the videos in my account, as well as oh jeez, I didn't see myself actually, and I got stuck. Didn't see myself hitting a Corvette. Now what was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, 4 years of content. Um, but the funny thing is that my let me tell you, but this channel is a lot more older than you think. Like I'm talking, I started in 2017. This on the channel, on the other hand, got started around 2016. So, well, let's see. No, it is actually 4 years. Actually, hold on. Um, let's see. Well, actually, never mind. It's not. It's yeah. Let's just say that I started. So I joined it around 2014. I didn't make any videos until 2017, and I was still in high school. Oh my goodness, how time flies by. Oh right, changing cars. I'm like, wait a minute, 15. Like, wait a minute, 15 minutes. Alright, I need to switch cars. Uh, like of all the cars I put the most hours in, it'll probably be the Pariah. Although, um, although I did had another day of livery on the car. Maybe it was who spam his channels because I subscribe to Mr. Graham, the best channel on YouTube, and it's obviously not. Is he not my channel? Oh my goodness. Hmm. What was I? Okay. Um. Anyways, this is before. Okay. And this is after. So overall, it's tasteful at least. All right. Okay, he's still there, so I'm good. Um. All right. So in terms of the new the car X, any tips? Um. I would suggest to if you're going to start making money in this game, use the 8.6 and try your best to actually um do the drifting um in the stock 8.6 and at least get enough money to buy the drift setup and make sure that you adjust the camber uh and not to mention have your rear wheels have less camber than front due to it being actually possible to end up because I don't want to like spin out on your first day of trying this game. Um, there's also don't spend all your money on cosmetics. The fact that even though how the cars look good, they usually cost a lot of money. And also, don't do what I did when I first got this game and immediately bought a car, which was a tier 1 car, which didn't help out at all. Um, oh jeez. Okay, I didn't realize I can actually flip my own car just to end up going to a dress. Anyways, um, yeah, I would suggest keep doing drift races until until you can actually have enough to get the 180 or the 240SX. Um, because the 240 is actually a really good car to actually drift in, as well as it actually gives you a lot of points. And also, if you want to buy a track, make sure you buy the airbase. That's how I first make all my money usually. And also, if you level to 11, you unlock ultimate. Then um, what's it called? Then you can actually adjust the power, but don't give your car too much power. You needs to have like at least enough power to actually get you through the actual track. Because not all power usually is good power. Sometimes you use more than 30% of that power into the drifting. But if you really want to go most likely they'll go that might rage quit mode. Uh, Widen the tires. Um, beef out the tire adhesive to 120, um, and lower your what's it called? Lower your not tire widths, tire tracks, I meant to say. And last but certainly not least, put your tire pressure around. I see. Unless you know what you're doing, keep the tire pressure around 200, or actually don't touch the tire pressure at all, because your tire pressure it's also kind of like a double-edged sword. You may be able to pull out just like your Keiichi Tsuchiya, but end up spinning out and or hitting a wall due to that. And also don't lower your car to the ground. Trust me, it's not very good to actually lower your car to the ground, because you lower the car to the ground, you'll scrape the entire bottom of the car, and you might not get out of it, and you won't be able to turn. So long story short, use physics. That's all I can say for now. Oh, and one more thing. After the 180 or 240, depending on where you're from, buy the FC, then what I think about small tires for speed glitches. I don't usually do drag races. Like, usually drag racing is not my thing. It's but if you want to know my opinion on it, I can't say for certain that I tried it, because trust me, I made a wheelie car out of the Datsun 620. So I mean, like, if you do the glitch, you did the glitch. Like, there's nothing that can stop you. But more or less, at one point, I have to go. Bye. All right. Have a good one. But long story short, I don't really care about these small tire glitches or small tire for speed glitches, because that's kind of a point of having small tires. But but more or less, usually these type of things kind of happen. So there's that. Now what was I saying? Oh right, the facts about the Z cars. Um, this is for those who don't know what the price based off of, it's based off of the Nissan 350Z or the Z33 or Fairly Z, whichever you prefer. And the 350Z is usually let's just say is the cheaper and less expensive variant of the Nissan GTR, and it's for a very good reason. And that very good reason is because this car didn't came out in 2004. It came out in 2002 for the 2003 production model, and it is good. I mean, seriously, you're wondering how many people had 350Zs as their first car, even though it's unsafe. But more or less, it's not that bad. But you're wondering how many people have 350Zs as their first car? A lot. And by a lot, I meant it is so much, to the point where you're thinking, okay, there has to be a 350Z in this block. I was right, there is a 350Z in this block. And it's the same thing goes for the G35 to G35 or Skyline. trust me, you're not the one that's literally have lackluster reaction when it comes to Nissan naming their V35 model G35 a Skyline. Let's get back to the topic at hand. So the 350Z came out around 2002 for the 2003 production model, and it received some good news. Due to the fact, not to mention, there are multiple amount of trims. There was the original, the touring, the track, enthusiast, and the vert. And for those who do not know what the vert is, um, if you notice that my 350Z doesn't look like a normal 350Z, that's because the roof is off, and yeah, you already know where I'm going with this. This is the vert, and it ended up getting two variants of it, or three. From 2003 to 2005, it will see. I say 2002, 2004. It would have been the DE. 2005 was the DEH, or um, I can't remember what it stands for, but all I know is that um, the 2005 to 2007, the 350Z released a major upgrade known as the HR. Not only that the actual car revs up a little bit higher, but it has more power. So in context, a Nissan Skyline R32 GT ST would have been the DE, and the GTR would have been the HR. Alright, so the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna be changing cars soon because there's a fact about that car as well. In fact, I'm doing 2 cars today, believe it or not. So the Z cars are not the only one that is getting this sort of treatment. A certain Toyota or a certain Mazda might get a shout out they deserved. So, it shouldn't have been that bad. I mean, trust me, I did a whole episode on Skyline and Lexus. And you're wondering, what about the Supra? Unfortunately, the Supra only has there's only two variants of the Toyota Supra. One is Mark IV, which is kind of obvious, and the no, never mind. That's a Celica. My mistake. There's only one Supra. Which was the Mark III? So this stream wouldn't be short due to the fact that I won't be just talking about the Z cars at all. I'm also gonna be doing the Mazda rotary cars. So literally the Mazda RX-7s and the RX-8s of this game are gonna be going along with the Z cars. And I have many facts about those cars as well. Okay. So literally I woke up this morning only to find myself having a scratch under my eye, and I'm like, what the heck's up in my eye? Like, why is there a scratch there? It's like, yeah, it's kind of like someone just scratched scratch under my eye of a scratch something under my eye from a fingernail. I'm like, what in the world is this mess? And that's been 30 minutes. Alright. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to change the topic a little bit. And in terms of game wise, I'm going to tell you guys about one of the cars I actually grew up with back around 2011, if I remember correctly. And that game in question is the excuse me. I might as well create another room. Wait, I wanted the room still up because I'm wondering that's why I'm checking. Okay, we're good. Um, let's see. What can I talk about? Let's see. If I know my car games, and there are plenty of car games out there for the PS2, the one I fondly remember, and it was my first ever Hot Wheels game. It was Hot Wheels Velocity X for the PS2, and most likely also released on the original Xbox and GameCube, and also I think it was also released for PC, if I remember correctly. Um, that game was by far my favorite game that I ever owned back in 2011. Back in I was literally 9 years old. And it is for a very good reason, and that reason being is that not all Hot Wheels cars, not all Hot Wheels games are bad. There are some bad ones, but the good ones are the ones that are either talked about but is so underrated, or the fact that it's underrated. um, like trust me, I know a good Hot Wheels game when I see one. But overall, Hot Wheels Velocity X. How is that game actually? Well, I know one thing for certain. Uh, although the storyline is very cheesy for a typical Hot Wheels game, uh, the cars themselves are really good, and not to mention the gadgets that you get in the game are practically have their own usage. Like for example, you have jet boosters to boost your speed. You got your sonic discs that shatter that shatter your car's defenses. Uh, what else? You got your magnet mine that attracts other vehicles. There are a lot. There are more than I can't. There's more than I can actually count. But then again, um, you know, one man's trash is no man's treasure, is what they all say. Anyway, let's talk. Okay, let's talk RX-7. The RX-7 came out around the 19. Well, actually, this isn't the first time there was an RX in the series. That's right. The RX series, or just simply the Mazda rotary cars, came out around the 1960s. Well, early 60s, was the first rotary car known as the Cosmo. And the one that actually sold the most was the Mazda RX-3, which had a critically acclaimed, one of the best sellers that Mazda has ever made, because the wateries are what a lot of people are for, or were there for. And not to mention the 13B has probably one of the smallest liter engines of all time, and it's pistonless. So yeah, a couple of years later, we end up receiving the first RX-7, known as the FB. The FB, or the SA22, or just simply put, the first gen RX-7, was designed based off of the lowest in line. Yeah, of all the things that Mazda used, I can't believe that Mazda did this, but of all the things that they used for inspiration for the first Mazda RX-7, I thought it was the Chevrolet Corvette. You know, big beefy muscle car with two pop-up headlights and the windshield. Yeah, I thought it was based off of that, but no, it's actually based off of the lowest of the line, which I was actually surprised. Uh, there was this, the car was received correctly and made a lot more money than they actually didn't account for. Anyways, up next is the car I'm driving right now. It is the FC. Um, this car was, the car was made around 1984 for the 1980. Wait, no, not 84. Wait, is it 1984? Hold on. Let me park somewhere so I can actually check out um, which the model is which. See, Google Mazda RX-7 FC. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, I was kind of right. Well, kind of not right because. Oh, excuse me. Because kind of obvious, but nice, but this car. What the? Yeah. What was I saying? All right. This car, dude. Thank you. Hey, okay, see you putting in work. I know, it's insane. Alright. Now, okay, now what was I? Oh yeah. Okay, if you want me to ramble about the RX-10 facts, then you can stay. But other than that, you can enjoy the live stream as much as you can. Anyway, Monster RX-7 FC was a car that was released in 1984 from the 1985 production model, and it was the Series 4, which has two variants: a NA 13B version and the turbo 13B version. And it was the Series 4, which, to be completely honest, never had kind of have taillights that reminded me of the 300ZX from the Z31 model. And it was actually pretty good for some reason. The Series 5 on the other hand came out in 1988 for the 1989 model, and it was until the it was actually released around the time where most people uh, were kind of having this tension of, you think this game's worth it? It's worth it. Like, out of all the games that I bought for myself, this game is definitely worth it. Even though it's kind of a grinding game, but at the same time it's kind of not. It is worth it. Hmm. Oh. Okay. I mean, seriously, you could have. Seriously, you should have. Oh, great. I I skipped the Zismo by accident. Oh no. Uh, no, what was I? Oh yes. Uh, and guess what? The FC was designed by another car entirely, the Porsche 944, and it sold for some reason. Though they also compared this to the 944, and Mazda also almost got a big old giant copyright. By the way, but I wasn't sure about. Now I'm going to get now. Uh oh. Okay. Alright, so another 3 minutes. I'm gonna change cars again. Uh, let's see. No, I thought about it. What was the game that he was about to buy before to make sure that it's like, okay, now I'm definitely gonna buy it. What the? Oh. All right. Now what was I? Oh yeah. So the FC. The FC's most popular cars, if you want to know, is literally the soul red of the 90s, known as I think it's known as Super Red and White. That's about it. I haven't seen any white painting this FC, painting FC black or dark green. It's usually or blue. It's usually either red or white. Hmm. Uh, my goodness, there has been one since I joined the FC. Oh, now I thought about it, I'm wondering if I wonder if Car Streets are gonna be released for console in the coming years. Uh, and that's what I need. Is ready myself to be spent out. And it has been. And yeah, I'm doing this based off of 15. So like literally 15 30, 45, an hour 15, an hour 30, an hour 45. Uh, oh, and also for those that are wondering if you should get this game or not, um, this game has probably one of the easiest ways of making money. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this, but look how much I have. And most likely there's either gonna be a newer update where like they'll add like a crap ton of cars with a crap ton of customization as well, and a couple more tracks. I'm down. Just don't eat up my wallet, okay? uh, what was I? Oh yeah, Zismo. And before doing anything else, let me just buy a couple of tracks real quick. Okay, there we go. All right. Holy moly! Wait, what happened to the? I think they. Okay, I was about to say like, oh man, don't tell me they left. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like they left the lobby. Because I can't find it for some reason. Hold on. Whew. Okay, I was about to sneeze. Sorry about that. I literally just woke up this morning. Um, I woke up at 6, did my workout, had my shake, and now I'm streaming. Yeah, literally, I was literally up since 1, and uh, then it was like, boom, 3 o'clock, and you wonder why I was trying to, why I was up for that, up that late, is because the stupid time trial that GTA has, that is known for players as literally the most impossible way of not making enough money. I love that for sure. Oh jeez, why the wheels so why the wheels so small? Hold on a moment. I need to change that. Let me change that real quick. Like not even what, a couple of minutes, and I see something wrong with the car. I'm like, wait, 350Z's, 370's wheels too small? Nah, man, we need to beat those up. Unfortunately, this is the lowest this car can go, which is kind of sad, really. I mean, of all cars that has, let's see, I think I have, I think I have multiple cars that have this type of wheel. Um, I had those for the S13. I had that for the RX-7s. Uh, Skyline, 5-spoke. Hmm. I think we go with the I think we go with these. The LMGT4s. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, apparently a set of wheels costs a lot more than a Lambo with a bike kit. I don't know how I feel about that. This is, oh my goodness. I mean, then again, a lot of people are making a lot of money in this game, and it's like, oh yeah, let's just make literally the most expensive thing possible. Body kits. Ay, ay, ay. I'm hoping that this game, this game and the community continues to rise against most things due to the fact that it is a game where, excuse me, and also I apologize for that. I apologize for the why is the wheel so small thing. It's kind of because those do not know. I actually grew up in the 2000s where literally the literally the it's like the it's literally where this is the that was the era where 19s you can get on a sports car is usually the best thing. Well, my younger self would have been no, add bigger wheels onto the car. It would have been a disaster. Um, like I'm not joking when I say this, but back when I still had a PS2, I was playing Need to Be Carbon, and I was making a bunch of. It's gonna be an embarrassing memory, but I had supercars with 21-inch wheels, and each car had uh, each car had like a different color for each car. So like for example, like a red Lamborghini Murcielago with red rims, and then now probably will have like a blacked out car with black wheels, or having a white car with white wheels. I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know what kind of culture that I'm trying to base this on. In fact, the only time that I learned that it is alright to have clean cars was it was New Year's Eve 2015, where like I didn't have anything design wise, but I heard like it's alright if you don't want to actually. Well, no, it wasn't New Year's Eve 2015. It was back in 2014 when I was still in high school. One of my classmates, uh, literally straight up just calling me a racer, even though I was only 14 and I was young, and literally I was looking at C-West parts. And he's like, you don't even own it. You like, I'm just looking at parts, okay? Like, um, anyways, he showed me like a bunch of videos, and I'm like, oh, okay, so it is alright to have cars with normal paint jobs, but as long as it looks good, it looks good. Uh, so that's how I got into like the car culture that is right now. Uh oh. Okay, I do not know the reason why it cannot go lower than um. Why isn't I can't even go lower with the different Z's entirely. What was I? All right. I forgot about my facts video about the facts about the Z's a couple of minutes ago. Uh, anyway, so 370Z. Um, the car came around not 1999. The car came around in 2008 for the 2009 production. Wait, no, it came out from as a. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but I keep losing track on the history behind the Z's. Anyway, the 350Z was the 370Z was a car that came out around 2008 for the 2009 production model, and it was a what's it called? And guess what? You won't believe this, but Need for Speed actually promoted this car because it was the newest car it was by far one of the newer cars in the Need for Speed game that Need for Speed ever had. Um, the first one being the Shelby GT500 from Need for Speed Carbon, and then the Mitsubishi Evo from Need for Speed Pro Street, along with the Nissan GTR from Need for Speed Pro Street. And guess what? Those two came out a year later. But the 370Z, how do I say this? This car has been producing for more than 10 years. And that's 10 years too many. So I'm kind of glad that we're getting a new Z after more than after more than a couple of years, because not gonna lie, the 370Z starts to get stale like around 2012 with the 2012 with the original Nismo, and then 2015 we got a Nismo 370Z. I was like, they making another model again. But overall, cool car, but it could have been better. Oh great. Alright. Um what was I saying? Oh yeah. So in terms of performance of 370Zs, usually when it comes to the 370Z itself, um, the tachometer is in the middle. Um, oh my goodness. Okay. Uh, and again, the 370Z has something that we didn't suspect from Nissan with their enthusiast type vehicle, and that is the rev matching. Um, what's called the rev matching sequence, which means that your technique can be out. The technique of shifting down can be outdone by a computer for some reason. And not to mention, um, the 370Z actually gotten good results, ranging from almost being a car of the year in 2009 to even show up in multiple amount of games that feature this car. For example, the first ever this game was introduced to Gran Turismo. Let's see, it was in Gran Turismo, Need for Speed. Um, let's see, Gran Turismo, Need for Speed, um, Grid 2 even. But unfortunately, due to the fact that due to the fact that uh everybody else either has or hasn't recovered from the financial stock market crash. So yeah, that's kind of they're bad at that point. Alright, hate to do this, but I had to switch cars again. Oh my goodness. Alright. And I got the daytime Z out of the way. Let's talk about the other RX-7. This is known as the FD. Oh, before doing sales, let me just change that real quick. Jesus, so many options for spoilers. Oh my goodness. Going to pick the regular version of that. Exit. Alright. Now it's time for me to change the paint of the car. Turns up wheels. D-spec. Alright then. I think I'm good from here. It's time for me to go back to the... When are you still in the lobby? Yep, he's still in the lobby. Alrighty then. My controller died. What was I? Oh yeah. So up next we have the FD, which finally they designed. They actually designed their very own sports car, and it was great. In fact, it was so good that it actually gotten Car of the Year by Rolling Track, and there was even a review for this car on the original Top Gear. You know, the one with Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. But more or less, the car itself, uh, was one of the cars that you can actually receive in the U.S., which usually came with right-hand drive. Uh, but if you don't know how to maintain a what's it called? If you don't know how to maintain a car that's worth more or less than a couple of thousands, um, and you're basically a goner issue, thinking like, oh, okay, it's kind of like a piston engine, except like any other Mazda rotary made vehicles. This thing doesn't use pistons; it uses rotors. My video on Arexavian. But Japan had a financial crisis, not to mention, due to the weak yen to dollar ratio, we haven't received the Series 8, aka the RX-7 that we got now in almost every single Need for Speed game, as well as any main game period. Alright. Hmm. Alright. Then again, yeah, the next USB game is gonna have customization. At least listening to your fans in order to have ideas about the customization that a lot of people want in an USB game. But then again, gameplay first, then what cars should be in, what cars shouldn't be in a racing game. And that's to say not least, make sure to actually there's more customization that a lot of people want to see in the next game, because Need for Speed Heat by far has the most customization out of any Need for Speed game, period. Except for CarX. CarX actually blew them right out of the park. I was like, in terms of, honestly, wait a minute, what do you mean that Need for Speed has more customization than before? Well, to simply put, engine swaps, more parts, as well as you don't need a sticking gambling system from these payback, because what do you know? You probably don't need them anyway. Okay. Alright. Uh, hmm. Alright, so in terms of what trims this card received, it receives many, such as the R1, the RZ, the Type R Panthers, the Spirit R, as well as the one most acclaimed RX-7s of them all, the Infinity RX-7, which, well, now wondering which one that one is. Essentially, they say Infinity took a regular RX-7, the Infinity and Monster Speed took a regular RX-7, and tuned it to have even more power and more aerodynamics. Excuse me. So what it usually came with a bigger turbo, bigger intercooler, um, a better bumper, a new bumper, and a new spoiler, which, to be completely honest, is probably one of the it's probably way too big for an RX-7, but that's just me and everybody else's opinion. Overall, due to the fact that the weekly ratio, we really received this series. um, Unfortunately, we only haven't received the Series 6 variant of the RX-7, but as you guys didn't know, there was a Series 7 and a Series 8, but we weren't received those. Uh, so most likely, what engines are usually in the RX-7? Well, there's one option, the 13B REW. See, there's two variants, the 13B and the 13B REW. Basically, what it is that the REW puts out more horsepower from the same exact rotary, and the boost is turned up. That's how I know. Oh, okay, there we go. Hmm? Oh, and what was that wondering? Did I do fun facts about the S14 on one of the streams? Yes, I did. And it was actually fun. Due to the fact that a lot, due to the fact that a lot of uh, people know their Nissan S chassis. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was pretty cool. Had to switch cars again. Uh, so yeah, instead of your typical 30 minutes switch cars, it's 15. So I'm doing this by 15s. So basically, it was 15, then 30, then 45, 60, um, 60, 75, 90. Is it 105? Am I correctly? Uh, I really do not want to roast the RX-8, but I guess I had no choice. I had to do it, one way or another. What the? Why the wheels so it? Why are the wheels so far in? What in the world? Hmm. Sorry, fitment issues. Anyway. Oh, the RX-7. How he missed the black sheep of the actual Mazda rotary, uh, Mazda rotary evolution. Don't worry, we're gonna get a Mazda RX something soon. Alright, so you're wondering what happened with the RX-8? What made it so that that everything went wrong? To put it simply, um, well, let's talk about the problems with the RX-8 first. Um, First and foremost, wait, is he still there? Yep. Um, First and foremost, what in the world? Oh, god dang it, I knew it was too good to be true. What in the world? I'm like, why is the wheel so far in? Turns out, uh, I think I think the update actually glitched my fitments. I'm like, why is the wheel so far in? Let's see. And okay, I might have freaked out a little bit, but everything's under control. I was just hoping that it didn't happen again. Anyways, it's actually my last car before I had to um get before I stop live streaming and probably relax for a little bit and then do um what's that called? And do a Christmas party in GTA. Yeah, that or Christmas party and Goddrifter247sun Sport. Uh, Alright, so I think I'm good from here. Anyway, so what was the problem with the RX-8? To put it simply, everything went wrong. Well, in terms of the first, in terms of the first generations, first generation RX-7, it kind of a rough upbringing because although it was because first off is the design. Excuse me. People don't know what to make of what the RX-8 was. Is it a two-door? Is it a it's like, well, wait a minute. Is it a two-door? Is it a four-door? Like, is it a four-door saloon rotary vehicle? Is it a two-door sports car that came with a rotary? Well, to simply put, it's a regular and suicide doored mess. So basically, what it is that that a lot of people want it to be a coupe again, but another one, but other people, let's see, people, but others wanted a four-door. Simply put, they wanted a four-door sports saloon to compete with the Evo 8. Turns out, Mazda just simply put both together. So yeah, is you wondering? Yes, the back of the I see where the kanji writing is. That's where the door is. Alright, I might as well just put it in simple terms. Basically, to open one door, you can open the other. Usually, kind of like a Lincoln Continental, but except it's a rotary. Except it's a rotary, and um, it actually spit flames. Though I don't have enough, though I don't have a problem with RX-8s myself, is the fact that there was so many missed opportunities, and they actually fixed it, fixed it in the second generation. Let's start with the elephant in the room. The engine is a 1.3 liter Renesas V8, not V8, 1.3 liter Renesas. Can't speak today. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, let me speak slowly so that way I can actually talk. The RX-8 usually came with a 1.3 liter Renesas rotary engine. Finally said it right. and right off the bat, the car had problems. Apex failing at least over 5,000 miles. Let's see. Cars not having leaky. Had a steel leak. So even engine fires and engine failure due to the fact that it was so unreliable that Mazda recalled multiple amount of RX-8s to fix the issue, which it would have been done if you actually stick to what you want to do with them. And then we got the Series 2, and it wasn't that bad. They fixed the engine failures, and not to mention, if anything, the second gen RX-8s are probably one of my favorite looking ones out of all of them. And not to mention, it has dual quad taillights, so that's a plus for me. So most likely, so here's what I want to see in the next RX car from Mazda. Excuse me. Number one, don't overhype the car, because if you overhype the car, overhyping the car is kind of like overhyping a video game. Okay, well, most people don't know what it is. Essentially, what I mean is literally don't do what most people have done, and that is to literally overhype the car. How do I know this? Because it has a one car early. The Subaru BRZ and the Nissan FRS were cars that was overhyped, except for the fact it's the first problem they have with the car is the power, when in actuality the car was made for a handling type sport, not a full-on. It's not drag racing. It's literally like corner after corner. Excuse me. And actually, just because I wanted to change the time of day to night. Ooh, actually, I do like the RX-8 in this color. Okay, so first off, make sure that the engine works, because well, a lot of people think that the rotary is gonna be the next thing. People didn't know that it's gonna have wear tight, wear no one didn't know that it's going to have wear marks, and the only way to fix them is to have apex seals, which, by the way, can actually lead, which actually had had led from pencils to roll around the actual engine. The only problem is that most of these usually fail, so you probably have to change them. Um, usually, and you probably have to like literally change them like literally half monthly. So that way, if you had a family apex seal, then it'd be best to if you change them. Number two, um, have one company make have one not manufacturer one let's see, have one aftermarket community actually build their special variant of the RX of the new RX vehicle. I see. Here's what I'll be very surprised about is if they named. Okay, this is probably one of the funniest things. But I wanted they're gonna call it the RX-6 or the RX-9 because then again, if you think about it, Mazda skip a lot of numbers. All right, all right. Even though then again, by the time I guess, oh my goodness, oh, all right. So in the 26th, if I ever do actually, or if I ever do the next CarX live stream, I'll probably gonna be talking about let's see, what car can I talk about? Sorry about that. Oh, actually, I do have a very fun idea. I'm thinking that um, I can probably do the um, I can probably do the Beamers next. Um, but I want to like copy the other BMW cars, so that means no M3s, and that's about it. Basically, let's see, M5, M4, M5, do, 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 and I guessing that's about it. But then again, in order for me to those cover those beamers, I oh my god, sorry about that. Well, first things first, I had to cover the 3 Series cars. So with that out of the way, hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you see next. Also, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve. Um, and I don't know what to do in Christmas, but it's gonna be a whole lot of things happening tomorrow. I know that for sure. Anyways, um, if you like this, if you like what you see in terms of content, leave a like. Also for subscribe and also hit the bell notification to actually receive notifications of the recent live streams. That way I can actually watch them. That way I can actually interact. Um, Also follow me on Twitter at GD27SYT, at Goddrifter247sun. Follow my Instagram at Goddrifter247sun. And I do have a Discord known as Goddrifter247sun Productions Garage and Museum. And last but certainly not least, I am indeed going to be streaming later today. So yeah. Um, Also, make sure that you have make sure you have a safe day. Make sure you wear a mask. Make sure you have hand sanitizers just in case. And stay 6 feet apart. And also make sure that you stay indoors because you never know what's gonna happen. And I guess that's all I have to say. Hope you guys. All right, so hope you guys enjoy your Thursday and not. Um, Make sure that you also get a chance to at least what's that called? Make sure to at least um, hmm, what was I gonna say? Oh, right. Oh god dang, I got nothing. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but I keep usually forgetting stuff. But oh, also Merry Christmas to you all and to all a good night. And last but certainly not least, this is Goddrifter signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.